everyone, welcome back to WHU TV. It's nice to see you. I hope you're keeping well and having a good start to the week after that loss that we saw last night, England versus Spain in the Euro 24 final. You and I have watched two England finals together and we've lost both of them, unfortunately. But this video isn't really going to be about that as such. We've went into quite that subject in depth over the watch-alongs, but this video is to kind of counteract that to a degree and talk about why I feel that the future for England is very, very bright. As always, guys, this video is sponsored by the channel sponsor, 3retro.com. Please click the link in the description below that will take you directly through to the England section of their website, where you can purchase some really nice retro gear, and also, for that matter, any purchases you make through the link in the description below, the commission that the channel would normally be getting, as I always say, I'll be sending on to the charity Iron Supporting Food Banks. They're based in the Newham area, and they're helping those in the Newham area and the Essex County and further afield for that matter, as they are currently supporting over 70 separate food banks. Guys, they've done phenomenal work over the last 5 to 6 years, starting off with a handful of charities, councils here and there, and they are supporting everywhere in Hertfordshire. They're based in Essex as well, for that matter, in Newham. They are helping loads and loads of people. So guys, go grab yourself a really nice retro shirt. Hopefully you'll be saving yourself a few quid and you'll be helping those that are less fortunate than you and I. But if you want to make a donation to the charity anyway, but can't do a purchase through the affiliate link, it's perfectly fine. If you want to donate like £1, £2, £5, whatever you can afford, guys, because literally every penny helps. There is a Just Giving Fund link in the description below, so by all means click there directly. So let's crack on with it. And I'm not just talking about the fact that we were very impressed with Anthony Gordon, Gueye, Konsa, Watkins, Palmer, less extent Gallagher. And you know, and Ivan Toney as well, for that matter. A little bit disappointed that Jared Bowen didn't get on, but that's from a West Ham perspective. But at the same point, you know, the pool is very big in comparison to how things were 15, 16 years ago. Now while we're talking about that, let's just do a quick snapshot of why things have been the way that they are and why I still think things are going to get even better. Reason being, let's go back to the summer of 2016. England lose to Iceland. Hodgson steps down. You know, Big Sam comes in and goes very, very quickly. God, can you imagine what the football would have been like under Big Sam? Whoa. Probably not that much different than Southgate's football, to be fair. But nonetheless, Southgate has reunited this side probably since the days of Terry Venables. I genuinely do think that. This is the first time for almost 30 years where we have seen a side over the last few tournaments that want to play together, absolutely love each other. You can tell by the celebrations that that's genuine love and happiness for that person scoring, rather than just yes, we're through. Do you know what I mean? It's just, honestly, he took over an absolute shit show, Gareth Southgate. People seem to have forgotten that relatively quickly. I'm not saying he's the man to take us forward for much longer. I think he is, which we'll come on to in a minute. But he's not the long-term project. But he is fire fought from that point of view. You know, under his leadership over the 8 years that he's been in charge now, technically, we have had 2 finals in 2 Euros. We've had a semi-final in the first Euro, and we had the quarter-final in the World Cup just gone, and we had a semi-final as well, I think, in the World Cup in 18. So where are we? So yes, there's it was a semi-final in the World Cup, final in the Euros, quarterfinals in the World Cup just gone, and a final in the Euros this tournament. Throughout my entire life, and I'm sure most of you guys as well, for that matter, prior to coming in to into the job that Southgate did in 16, we have only made 2 semi-finals since 66, quite frankly, 58 years. You know, that's a phenomenal achievement. He's picked the right players. He said when he came in originally that he wanted to bring a club mentality, and he's doing that. He really is continuing to do that. It's been his downfall, but he's doing it at the same point. And as a result of it, 5 minutes into the video, this is why I'm talking about, Guay and Konsa have shown great promise at centre back, but they're both right-footed. So I'm guessing John Stones is as well. I think no, he would be left. So that's why we didn't see him together. Ollie Watkins and Ivan Toney have shown great promise to replace the aging Kane, who's 30. But Ollie Watkins and Ivan Toney are only 2 years younger than Kane. So we'll be in this situation in 2 years' time that we are with Kane with those two. I'm not necessarily saying they're going to be any better than Kane was now, or any worse than Kane was in this tournament. I mean, he was useless. I said from the majority of the watch-alongs, this should be Kane's last tournament. It really should be. I'm hoping that they're not going to be a plaster over the wound as a temporary measure to fix it. Mixing my metaphors a little bit there, but you guys know what I'm talking about with these two, because Watkins and Toney have done very well. Jared Boney didn't get a sniff, unfortunately. He's only a year younger than those two as well, for that matter. So we've got to be looking at attacking prospects more than just what we're looking at for the next tournament and the next Euros in 4 years' time. Now, the more important thing is isolating the back four, right, or the defence in general. Okay, because they are the eldest out of the lot. Konsa and Gueye side. We've got Trippier, Stones, and Walker. Yeah, we need those guys being replaced to a degree very fucking quickly. Now, for me, put your comments in the comment section below who you feel would be great as a replacement left back, a great replacement right back, and a second centre back. Now, from the limited research I've been able to do, I've come across a few gems which I kind of think might happen. They're not all in the under-21s as well, for that matter. So maybe that could happen. The first name that springs to mind, looking at the the right back positions, even though he can play left back, is Livramento. He can play right midfield as well, for that matter. He's both English and Scots, and he's not been in either under 21 sides either, for that matter, from what I've been reading. So I do kind of think he is the right player as one of those sort of prospects to come through. Now, I don't know him from club football. There's obviously a reason why he hasn't been picked, but I do kind of think he needs to be deserved. He deserves a charge before it gets too late. I really think it should be. I mean, at the end of the day, guys, we've got some qualifiers coming up in, was it mid towards end of September? If I'm middle towards the end of September, if I remember correctly. So why not do it? Why not do it? Try him out. At least give him a call up. The next player I'm kind of thinking about is Lewis Hall as a replacement at left back for either Trippier or Shaw. He can play left mid. He can play centre mid as well as left back. It's just the sort of versatile player we need to be having if he plays at Newcastle, I think, if I'm not 100% sure. But that sort of player again. And also a 21-year-old centre back who's just been promoted into the Premier League from the Championship via the playoffs is the centre back that plays for Southampton, Colwill. He's left-footed, so that would be great replacement for Stones in terms of his personnel position. Have Konsa and Colwill together, or Colwill and Gueye, or vice versa. Do you know what I mean? A good option there. So I'm kind of classing him as one of my wild cards, and this is my second one now. Jamie Bioni Gittens, who plays out on the left for Dortmund. He's also English, and he can also play right wing as well, for that matter. I think that would be really would be a good shout from the limited research I've been able to do. I mean, granted, it's only half the picture, but I do think that he would be a good replacement for either wing should we need it. And also, for that matter, the only under 21 centre forward, which is probably the reason why he'll never make it into the senior squad, is Fulham's Jay Stansfield. He can play right wing as Bowen, and he can play second striker as well as Cam Bowen. So I really do think that these are names that just pop out of my head, and I think are the future to a degree. Put your comments in the comment section below, guys. All these people that I've mentioned are English and can hit that quota to play for the national side. I'm not necessarily saying they will. I'd like to see if they can, of course, like anybody. But I do think we need to be looking at bringing through players, because some of those are in the under-21s and need to be being brought through. So, guys, put your comments in the comment section below. Thank you very, very much for your time. West Ham stuff will be coming, because obviously now there's more information coming out now that, like for example, we've seen very recently that in the last few hours that Flynn Downs is on his way to Southampton, so we'll keep an eye out for that. But in the meantime, guys, have a fantastic start to your week. Take care, and I'll see you soon. All the best now.